Squads have been picked, flights are booked. Qatar World Cup preview. Here we go.
Evening, Tate.
Evening, Jack. How are we?
Good, mate. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Very well. Very tired, but
Yeah.
2 episodes in a week. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Episode 19, World Cup preview.
World Cup preview. So the Premier League has gone into hibernation. And here comes the Qatar World Cup 2022 preview. We are joined tonight by a very special guest.
Not just two of us tonight.
There is a third member, the birthday man himself.
Yeah.
You may recognise his voice from some early adverts he's done, such as Tell's Bangers.
Wee, hello fellas, alright? What's all it?
Here he is, Jake Pannell.
Good evening, gentlemen.
You
Thank
alright, mate?
very much for having me. It's
Alright. Pleasure.
nice to be on board. Finally, the bunker has been unveiled.
Yes. You're now aware of where we are.
Yeah. It's needless to say, nobody will find it. Still given coordinates.
The coordinates were leaked yesterday at 12. They were announced.
Yes.
Into the secret chat. And lovely to have you here, Jake.
Thank you very much.
First time on the podcast. First time on a podcast, is it?
Yeah, it is indeed.
First appearance.
First.
Ever done any radio presenting or anything like that before?
Nothing like this at all. It's completely new to me.
So to warm you up and to let the listeners get to know you a bit more, we've got a few quick fire questions for you.
Okay.
So, your full name
Jacob Stephen Pannell.
and your age.
I'm 29 years old today.
29 years old. Happy birthday.
Thank you very
And your job.
I am a senior buyer of construction. I work for a construction firm in Chelmsford, Essex.
The team you support.
Tottenham Hotspur for my sins.
And your favourite player of all time.
Or
Non-Spurs.
Non-Spurs. That's a good question. It's probably got to be Steven Gerrard. Yeah.
I've actually skipped a question
Shout.
and told the listeners who you support, but team you support
Right.
is Spurs. Your favourite Spurs player of all time?
That's a tough one. It's got to be Harry Kane, but growing up, I just adored Aaron Lennon. Not sure what it was. I was just obsessed with his feet.
Yeah,
and
recently
he was just
retired
so
as well,
good.
wasn't he? So.
Yeah.
Speaking of
He
Aaron
was
Lennon,
good. He was good.
Can you tell the listeners early on your Aaron Lennon England story with Theo Walcott?
Oh yes. So
Please, I don't know.
yeah, it's an interesting one. I can't remember what year it was. It must have been.
I think it was 2012. I think.
Yeah.
Euros. I think it was. Yeah.
Euros. It was. Yeah. So we were down the Brewers Arms in Bitnaker.
Yep.
All had a few drinks. Theo Walcott come on. To which I shouted, "You're just a shit Aaron Lennon."
Oh my god.
I would say within 3 minutes he scored. I think to put us equal at 2-2,
Equal,
wasn't
yeah.
it? I can't. I think we lost the game on penalties anyway, didn't we? Was it France?
I can't remember,
I
but
can't
I remember
remember,
him
yeah.
coming on and scoring
And
straight away.
needless to say, I got absolutely torn apart. But yeah, I think I don't know. Theo Walcott probably did get the better of him in the end, didn't he? I mean, when you just consider the success of him at Arsenal alone.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
No, I like Aaron Lennon.
Aaron Lennon's a great shout.
Your go-to beer?
Well, as
What?
you guys know, I'm a very keen Guinness man.
Yes.
I love a stout. It's during the winter months, but during the summer I do struggle to drink stout. So Stella. Stella is my go-to beer.
Stella man.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I just love it. Something about Stella. Other than the fact Jordan Johnson drinks it as well, which is the only thing that puts me off. But that's a
Lowers the
wonderful
standard,
beer,
doesn't it?
wonderful
Already
beer.
dig at JJ.
Yeah,
2 minutes in.
Exactly. Yeah, there's plenty more to come as well.
Red or white wine?
I've had a bad experience fairly recently on red. If you may recall at the Haybridge Basin.
Especially the scars from it.
yeah, it wasn't good. We won't go into that. But yeah, probably white.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where I stand with white. So
And the penultimate question: are West Ham massive?
absolutely not. They never have been, never
Good.
will be. Well, actually, I say they were once upon a time, maybe 50, 60 years ago, but they are an awful football club.
That's why you're allowed in the
In terms
bunker.
of-
That's why you're here.
In terms of support, I mean, they're renting a stadium, which pretty much sums up West Ham in a nutshell. Just an absolute
I'm not
trophy
paying him.
football
I'm not paying him. I promise.
So Jake is our third guest, our third Spurs fan. I'm outnumbered again.
Yeah, you need to get a new group of mates.
Or we get some West Ham fans down.
Debatable.
Debatable.
Boyden never getting there.
team. Too many controversial opinions.
There is a seat waiting for you though, Andy Houghton.
Yeah.
When the
Go.
time is right.
Go.
When the time is right. And the final question: loyal or unloyal?
Loyal.
Loyal.
Yeah, I've always been a loyal boy.
Well, thank you very much, Jake, for the
No, very
quick
good.
fire questions.
Very good.
And without doubt, without hesitation, shall I say, I will let you boys know on the teaser. So, do you
Yes.
boys want to work together on it?
Yeah, it's joint effort.
Yeah, joint effort tonight. So, how many nations have won the FIFA World Cup? And can you name them?
Okay. I hope we come back to that at the end.
So we'll come back to that at
Yeah.
the end. I've got all them here, and if you could name them, and if you want bonus points for how many times I've named them, how many times they've
They've
won,
won, yeah. I'll
even
give it a good
better.
go, I reckon.
But yeah, that is the teaser. We'll come back to the end of the show.
Like it.
So let's start off with just some general World Cup chat. So I've got some questions for both of you two. And I'll start with you, Jack, because you're a bit younger than us too.
Mm-hmm.
What's your first World Cup memory?
I was thinking about this earlier, actually. Probably sounds ridiculous, but 2010 for me. Like actual vivid memories, and I sort of recall what happened and what we were doing, where I was. I do remember briefly 2002 when it was in Korea and Japan. Like, obviously, I was tiny. I was like 4 or 5 years old, but we used to go to the school, Danbury Park School, the primary school, and they used to have it on. I used to remember sort of waking up at stupid times to go down there, but really, yeah, probably 2010.
Yeah.
In South Africa.
Yeah. What about yourself, Jake?
2002. That was
Yeah.
when we went. Is that when we went out to Macedonia?
Brazil. It was a qualifying.
Sorry, yes.
Qualifying was Macedonia for
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. I remember the heartbreak when Brazil just tore us apart. The David Seaman. Was it one from a corner? Or was that?
It was running a free kick, wasn't it, from just past the
Ronaldinho,
halfway
yeah.
line.
Yeah. That would stick in my head.
Yeah, because we're the same age. Mine was 2002 Korea.
Yeah.
I love that World Cup. I just remember the ball,
Yeah.
everything about it.
Well, Brazil were a joke, weren't they? So.
Yeah.
Man, absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
And following on from that question, you're the first World Cup star that you saw, and you didn't know from obviously your Spurs or from the Premier League.
Good question.
For me, it's I'm sorry.
Go on, mate. No, go on. I'm
Got to be
thinking.
Ronaldinho or Ronaldo. Like I say, they were just icons, weren't they?
For me, mine was Rivaldo.
Really?
This sums up my personality, but I really took a liking to that. You know when he got hit by the ball on his knee and then went down and clutched his face.
Is that you?
I just loved
Is that
it.
where you based
And
it?
he's left-footed, and he always took his shirt off when he scored. And that's just so cool.
I wouldn't say like one particular player, but I don't know. For me, Germany they're always good, and they've always got good players. Closer, score ridiculous amount of goals in the World Cups. I don't know. For some reason, Schweinsteiger's in my brain. Whether he was good or not, I don't know. But
Blonde-haired Schweinsteiger, wasn't
yeah,
it?
just Germany. They all just look the same. They're always good. They're always really efficient, and yeah, they always just do well in World Cups. I know, random, but yeah.
Yeah, and the final question: worst World Cup moment. So England related. What's been the
The ghost goal was obviously the obvious one, but the ghost goal Lampard against Germany, in fact, was pretty rough. I actually remember I was at home watching it with a load of people, and we all ran outside and celebrated, thinking we'd still scored, gone back in, and the game had carried on. We haven't scored, so yeah, for me that's pretty rough.
Another one that sticks in my memory, Jack, I think we were together watching it, was when didn't Hodgson just take over, or the Brazil World Cup, and when we lose to Uruguay,
Yes,
lose to Italy, and drew 0-0 to someone. I can't remember who it was.
rubbish.
We watched all three in the Brewers. It was just absolute shambles.
yeah, it's depressing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, the pub in there.
Horrendous.
And obviously recent one, semi-final and things like that, but yeah.
They're more like proud. I would say
Yeah,
proud
that
heartbreak,
was,
aren't they?
Yeah, you remember that was probably one of the best summers of my life, so
Just not disaster classes.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, should we move on to England? England's hopes and England's team. So where should we start? With predictions or go through the squads? Or have we got any?
I want to go for a little prediction or general chat and what we think might happen.
So should we start with the squad? Happy with the squad?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm one of those like I think I said the other night, but the squad is what it is, sort of thing. I don't know what else you can do. Yes, people are arguing about Tony and like the shout of Ward-Prowse still don't understand it at all. But again, that you're talking about players that are like 20th, 23rd on the list, and Wilson's there, but he might play a total of 90 minutes depending on how we do. Ward-Prowse isn't there, but like Conor Gallagher's going. Will he play? I don't know. He might come on last 10 minutes of games and things like that. So, what about you, Jake? What do you reckon?
I think he's got it. Other than Maguire, it's very controversial. I can understand why he's done it. He does play well for England. He's proven a very good asset to us historically.
Yeah.
But based on the last 2 seasons, it's just absolutely woeful. I think someone like Dan Burn is actually a little bit unfortunate to miss out in replacement of Maguire. But like you said, he's an England good boy. Southgate loves him. He was always going to go. And then I think the only other one is probably Tony for Wilson, as I know you've touched upon. But I think given what came out, was it yesterday?
Regarding
Tony, I think there was.
That's probably why. I think that's
how funny were all their memes.
Have you seen the one whose his initials spell out I bet? It's just like it probably don't today. Let's be honest, but I think like Jake sort of hinted at that maybe they knew that was coming, and they thought, let's just stay well clear of that. That's just a safe bet. Don't take him when all that backlash comes through.
Yeah.
So,
well, the difference with this England squad to the other previous World Cup squads is this is the first time they've ever been allowed 26 players. With 26 players, you can't really upset anyone.
No, exactly.
If you had to take 3 out of there, then you've got a bit of a discussion to have.
I think it'd be pretty standard. You'd probably take out Gallagher.
You take out
Cody,
and
maybe a goalie.
Madison. You always take 3. They always take 3. I don't know. It would be Madison or Gallagher. It's a Gallagher, Wilson, and Cody.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
But then you think, for example, imagine if what's his name was fit.
Reece James. But that's what obviously helps every manager nationally is that like players come through, they're injured. Tony's come out with a betting allegation. Like things happen, and your decision is done for you. So Southgate has not got away with it, but things like Reece James being injured. Yes, it's bad. He would have played, but it makes his life a lot easier.
So England start their campaign on Monday afternoon against Iran.
Yes.
Well, you boys going to watch it? Are you going to be able to watch it?
I think so. Yeah. Depends what we're doing, but either I'll be here, I reckon, or at home or somewhere. Nothing like the summers. I don't know about you two.
Yeah, no, we've been given the all clear at work. We're going to watch it in the sort of social area. We've got a TV there.
Nice.
And they've basically got pizza coming in. So
lovely.
Yeah, I'd still much rather be at the pub. Don't get me wrong, but needs must.
That's all right. So we've selected or predicted our team for the opening game.
Yeah.
Would you like to run for yours first, Jack? Do you want to run for
yours? So, to be fair, we've got all 3 here, and they're all quite similar. We'll talk about it, but I would like Pickford, Trippier, White, Stones, Shaw in a back 4, Rice and Bellingham, Saka, Foden, Sterling, and Kane.
And then, Jake, you predicted what you think Southgate's going to pick, didn't you?
Yeah, so I misread it. I misunderstood the assignment.
It's all good.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, needless to say, Pickford's going to start. He loves Trippier, so it's whether Trippier's left back or right back, he's going to start.
Yeah, agreed.
I think White, he can't do any more than he's done to start. I've put sort of White Walker, but I think Walker, if he is fit, will be rested anyway, because let's be honest, he doesn't need to play against Iran.
No.
Maguire, unfortunately, I think will be there. I think we all know that. But yeah, other than that, I think we're pretty like for like, really.
Yeah.
So I've gone Pickford. I picked Trent. The only one to pick Trent.
A bit interesting.
I'll tell you why in a second. Ben White, John Stones, and I put Trippier left back. You both put Trippier right back.
Yeah.
Continue the midfield of Rice and Bellingham, and then put Foden in the free cam number 10 role. Saka off the right, Sterling off the left, and Kane through the middle.
Yeah.
So the reason I picked Trent is because I think he's the best attacking right back in that group we've got. And against deep line teams, he should be able to create chances and whatnot.
Agreed. And that's why I do think that Southgate will play a 4 in the first game at least. That surely Iran and most of the group games we should dominate the ball and dominate possession. But Trent is probably a good option.
I mean, maybe I'm being snobbish or a bit disrespectful, but surely, like everyone says, we can't defend, blah blah blah. This is irrelevant. Surely he's going to cause Iran more issues going forward than they're ever going to cause him. Like I know nothing about Iranian football. Like I don't know one player, whether they've got a good left winger. I've got no idea. No. But surely, as a team, they can defend. They can help him out. Yeah. And that the reason I put Trippier at right back is because I think arguably he's been, him or White, been the best right back in the league this year. Yeah. He deserves a start, but I also think White deserves a start. And to be honest, I think Shaw's been up to much this season. No, I don't. But for me, just Shaw, just a natural left-footed player, and a natural left back just gives you balance straight away. And yes, Trippier is. Like Jake said, I think Trippier will start left or right back. Depends on players and fitness and whatnot. But yeah, for me, I just prefer a left-footed player to play left back. And but that's just preference. But yeah. Both Spurs fans, and neither of you picked Eric Dyer. Was he going to get any close to your team, Jake?
No. It wouldn't surprise me.
Can't blame him.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Southgate starts him, because I think he likes him. But no, he's shot to bits in terms of confidence. He's just got worse, hasn't he? Since his call-up, he's just got worse. I don't know how. I've got no confidence in him. I really don't. He probably deserves a place in the squad. Just about, but yeah, it's. No, I don't think he'll start. But like you said, I think Maguire, we want him to, or because we'd get 30 blokes in here talk about football, and everyone would have a separate 11. But Southgate's in here; he plays Maguire every day of the week, so you can't get away from him, can you? No, whether it's a 5 or a 4, I think Maguire starts. So we were all agreed on Pickford. Yeah. No. No. Do you think it's interesting that? Ramsdale's third choice. Not that it even matters, like we can go into that much depth, but he's clearly the shirt numbers. If you read anything to that, than Nick Pope, because when they did the last call up, Nick Pope played both games, didn't he? Which I thought was surprising. Yeah, with goalies, I couldn't. They're all very similar. I think the only thing with Pickford is that he's, like they always say, he's done it with Southgate. Southgate trusts him, and he up until this point he hasn't made a huge error and. Do you know what I mean? He's done okay with Southgate, so yeah, I think Pickford for England is the one. Question for you both. Go on. If Pickford does a Rob Green in the first game against you, does he swap him and do a Capello? I don't know. And then put David James in goal? Yeah. That's the issue, isn't it? Because I can't remember where I read it. But I can't remember who said it where I read it, and they said Pickford's obviously done nothing wrong for England until he does. Yeah, exactly. Then what happens? Yeah. No, you're right. Because if it was, I don't know. It's always. If Ben White has an absolute shocker on day one and we lose 1-0 to Iran because he's been sent off or he's been given a goal away, own goal, he's not playing again. No. They'll pick someone else. But you stick with Pickford the whole time? I'm just playing devil's advocate. Yeah, I think the problem is Pickford is an absolute nut job. Yeah, he is a freak. He's not there, very well said. No, he's not. Yeah, you think someone like him, I don't know what goes through his head at night. And if he... if he makes a mistake, you're right. It could just destroy him. Yeah. I think Ramsdale, as Tate's mentioned several times on this podcast, is just a bit of a nutter as well. Yeah, they are. Everyone always says goalies always have something. Pope seems to be the most level-headed. Yeah, but he can't use his feet. This is the problem. But I think Southgate. Neither can Maguire, but he still plays. I think knowing Southgate and how he thinks, I think he would stick with him. Yeah. But on that, I don't know. On Pickford, imagine when they're call to prayer in Qatar. Alarms going off all over the place. Pickford's bouncing off the walls. He'd be running out, diving at someone's feet. So yeah, we'll love that. Yeah, it should be good. We've all picked Ben White. Interesting enough, maybe I've converted you two. I think I'm slowly converting the group into Ben White fans. Yeah, I think everyone that's listening they're slowly starting to take some more interest in him. Benny Blanco. So all centre back for you as well. None of you right back. No, I've gone back 3. Yeah. I think. Just like you said, they're Arsenal top of the league. Ben White's played. Has he played every game, every minute, or he started every game? Yeah. Yeah, and yes, he's played right back, but he's obviously naturally a centre half. He's got to be better than Maguire, and I think Stones should start. Plays for the second best team at the moment, so yeah, I just think you go with both of them and go from there. Yeah, we've all picked Stones. I think that's if you want to play nice football as well. I know the work doesn't really matter; it's all about results. But if you want to play a nice brand of football, having Pickford, Stones and White together, are all ball playing players, definitely helps.
And then left back, you both have gone Shaw.
Yep.
He's the only left back on the squad, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a random one. I don't know. It's a strange. I suppose he, like Jake saying about Trippier, use him as a left back if he needs to. But yeah, I think to be honest, the rest of the team is what it is. I think it just all right. Maybe the front sort of 3-4 players you can mix around and change and things like that. So that might be up for debate. But yeah, I think Rice Bellingham speaks for itself. And then, like I said, Saka, Foden, Sterling, Kane is what it is. And maybe, for me, I think Southgate will play Mount. I don't know what you two think about Mount, but...
What do you think about Mount, Pam?
I don't know. I think he's got a bit of an ego. Naturally don't like him because he's Chelsea. Yeah, I think he is naturally a very, very good player, but there are better players out there.
Yeah, I'm not
I
sure.
wouldn't start him.
Yeah, I don't watch Chelsea. I definitely don't watch Mount, but I don't know. I think he's just one of them again that Southgate likes. He's like a Maguire. He always picks him and likes him, plays him.
He's safe, isn't he?
And I just think he will. Yeah, and he supposedly does a little bit more defensively than the other players in that sort of area. So maybe for that reason he gets in. But I think Southgate will go with Mount and Maguire definitely.
So interestingly, none of us three picked Grealish to start. Don't think he's got a chance.
No.
Or what, Foden over him?
Yes.
In terms of what Southgate thinks, and personally what you would pick as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think Foden starts. Grealish for me, he's obviously brilliant, but I think off the bench that's him. You can be a good player, but you can just come off the bench and be a good player, and
like he did in the Euros.
And in tournament football, especially for England, just because you're not starting and like everyone's like, oh, Grealish should start and Saka. No, like Grealish is actually very good off the bench, so we are a better side with him coming off the bench, and I think that's a good option for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wants to start, but yeah.
And I think where the nature of how he plays, he draws fouls.
Yeah, exactly.
So when he comes on in 75th, 80th minute against the tiring side, he could actually pick up, important fouls, even, potential penalties.
Yeah, if you just give him 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever, and tell him go, just direct, run at your full-back, run at your centre-half. Yeah, I think it's perfect for him.
And it might sound a bit silly, but that's basically it's been his career the last 2 years,
a
year and 18 months, isn't it?
And that's what happened at the Euros, wasn't it? That's all you wanted to see was Grealish come on. Everyone wanted him on the pitch, but like I said, it worked because he come on late, like Jake was saying, and people were tired, people were played the whole time, and Grealish comes on, runs at them, they got no chance. So yeah, and so I think Sterling and Kane probably one of the first names on the team sheet,
and then Saka.
Yeah, I would have Saka. No, I know you're joking, but I would have Saka. But I don't know if Southgate will start Saka.
For me, he just brings that so much balance in that team. If you've got, he plays off the right for Arsenal, plays off the right for Sterling plays off the left for Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I think Foden in there. I put them together because I can see Foden playing that Odegaard sort of role for Arsenal, where they both left-footed and they both overload each other in each flanks, and he can move over to Sterling's side and feed balls in. And
the thing is, in our group, definitely we should have a lot of the ball, so these sort of players should feel confident and more than happy to play with each other and interchange and all sorts. So like I said, the squad, the team is, I think it picks itself really. Like I said, unless there's injuries and you have to sort of shift it all about. But if Southgate plays 5 against Iran, then we know. Yeah, then we know exactly what's going to happen the whole tournament. So,
got a prediction for the game, Jake?
Well, we have to win, surely.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be 3-0.
Confident?
I can't. Well, it's 2 or 3. I cannot see Iran scoring.
Yeah.
But like Tate said, I have no idea. They might have a few tricky wingers.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
Yeah, they're very unknown.
Yeah.
I think they have someone that plays for Porto in the Champions League, some Iranian striker, but I know nothing about it. I don't claim to know anything about it.
Haven't they got a semi-famous manager? Isn't it like Carlos Correa is their manager?
Yeah, the Portuguese bloke.
The old United assistant for Fergie.
Yes, but no, like Jake said, I reckon surely, 2. Hopefully at least 2, but
you'd like to think so. And then with USA next on Friday night?
Yeah, USA. The Americans.
Could be tough. I think that'll be our toughest game, USA.
Yeah, I actually think that'll be like a mid-table Premier League clash. It'll just be 22 men just going at it. I think Jesse Marsh might even turn up. So No, I do. Yeah, I think America will be the harder game.
And
out of all of them.
then Wales next week, isn't it? Yeah. Wales next Tuesday, isn't it? So there will be no podcast next Tuesday.
No.
That will be moved to the
delayed.
Wednesday. Delayed to the Wednesday. But you think we'll top the group?
I think so, yeah.
Have
What about
to.
yourself?
Yeah, you've got to, really, haven't you?
I think we need to, like, we'll talk about it, but for the tournament itself and the route and all the rest of it, I think if we don't, I think we're out in the round of 16 if we don't finish top.
Yeah, I'm not too clued up on the route, so do you want to talk me through that, or have you got some,
I think
got some stuff on that?
roughly for us, so if we win our group, we should play second place in Holland's group, which if we sort of think about it and the majority sort of vote, then probably be Senegal, Ecuador, could be either of them. So we should play one of those, and then the quarterfinal should be on paper France. And I think that's where we might come unstuck. But if we finish second, then we play Holland, or should be Holland, and then I think we'll lose there. So yeah,
Am I right in saying it could be France or Argentina?
Yes,
possibly,
I
yeah.
heard
We're having
that
a quick
somewhere.
look.
Where I
'Cause
think
I did a bit on this, and yeah, because I was sort of thinking about where England could end up, and like you said, it's either going to be Holland or Senegal realistically. But if we get through that, it's France or Argentina, I think.
Yeah, so Group C winner plays the Group D runner-up.
Which
So
is-
the Group C winner
Yeah.
on paper should be Argentina.
Yeah.
And
And
if France have a bad group and finish second, then
Yeah.
then yeah.
Yeah.
And Denmark maybe, Australia, Tunisia, I have no idea about.
Denmark could win it.
Denmark could. There's
Denmark
a lot of
beat-
shouts for them.
Denmark beat
Beat-
France and finished above them in the League of Nations. Is it League of Nations or Nations League?
They got to the semis of Euros, didn't they, as well?
Yeah.
We only beat them in extra time, was it, I think? Is that right?
Yeah, Kane missed penalty, didn't he?
So, yeah, like Jake's saying, we could end up with a stinker of a draw, but I think, yeah, we have to finish top of that group. We have to,
Yeah.
surely.
So prediction for the whole tournament for England.
Go on, Jake, you kick us off.
Yeah, so as much as I want to be optimistic, I can't see us getting past the quarters. I think we'll finish top of the group, and I think we probably will beat Holland or it should be Senegal.
Yeah.
But I just don't think we're strong enough against France or Argentina, especially the preparation leading up to it. 2022, let's be honest, we've been a bit pants. To say the least. I
Understatement.
mean, I've got somewhere in here, I've got our form. It's not been very good. Yeah, I'll come back to you on that. It might even be.
We already finished bottom of the Nations League.
Yeah. I mean, that's I don't know what that tournament is anyway. I know we did quite well at one point, and
Glorified friendlies, isn't it?
It's a horrible way to play international football.
I can't remember the last time we won a game actually. 'Cause what did we drew? We drew to Germany, didn't we? Last
Germany
game?
recently, yeah. Got beat by Hungary at some point.
4-0.
Oof.
That was the end of last season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I've got it here. In 2022, we've won 4, lost 3, and drawn 3.
Oh,
So
not
that it's a
it's not good.
poor record for
Yeah.
2022.
considering our record prior to that, we don't think we can't remember. We only lost in a semi-final and a final, didn't we?
And we seem to always play at home. So
And technically, if you lose on penalties, you don't lose, do you? You draw,
No.
which is a mad stat. But
yeah. Go on, Tay. What do you reckon? England.
Quarters. I just think as soon as we face someone
Good.
who everyone would class as good,
Yes. Yeah.
not like a. I think we could. I think we'll still beat the likes of Denmark and them sort of. What do you call them? Like, just they're like decent teams. Yeah.
Second tier sort
Yeah.
of thing. But we're
As soon as you
probably
get a big
second
name,
tier, so.
I don't think we've got
No.
got it.
I'm similar to you two. I think quarters, and obviously, yeah, everyone's at home working out, and we could play these, could play them. But if we get to the quarters against France, I think that will be the end of it. However, there is that little bit inside that you just think, we could nick it. If Southgate goes to 5 at the back and we just essentially squirm our way through, it could always happen. You never know. But yeah, I would say France on paper beat us in the quarters.
Yeah, I think we'll struggle without the support. We're very much a team.
I don't know. Have you not seen the
fake fans?
Yeah, the Qatari
Yeah,
English singing "This Coming Home"?
yeah. I just think we really rely on getting behind. As a team, rely on the fans getting behind us. I've got a little thing here. It's important to remember, or it's easy to forget, I suppose, that we played 4 games at Wembley last year at the Euros. One of which was in the final. I mean, that's a luxury, isn't it? Really, we're going to be playing in, just say, 45-degree heat. I know there's aircon stadiums.
Yeah.
Like I say, maybe 200 fans or something.
Yeah.
It's just I can't see it. I can't see
No,
it.
yeah, I agree. And like you said about the Euros, essentially played. It was a home tournament pretty much.
Did we play one game in Ukraine, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it in Rome? We played against Ukraine.
Played. I think we played Ukraine in Rome.
Yeah.
And we got to the final. It was absolutely brilliant, and we were I wouldn't say unlucky, but it was so close to winning it. But like you said, we're going all the way to Qatar. Who knows who's going to turn up and watch, and what the players are going to feel like. And like you said about the Heat, I think the Heat is actually, it sounds stupid, they're professional athletes, the highest of the elite of the elite, and surely they'll be fit enough. But they've gone from England to then probably one of the hottest places at the moment in the world to try and play football. It's a massive change. You can't just switch on and switch off to that sort of climate. So
our head of our asbestos division flies out tomorrow to Qatar. He's going. He follows England home and away.
So he's a random one.
He's off tomorrow.
Who's he sport? What's his club? It's like Lincoln or something.
Luton.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
How many,
Football league. Cheers.
How many does he expect to be out there? Because I wouldn't know.
I don't know. So the grounds must be 50,000. Like
no, some of them.
Average.
The final, the stadium for the final is like 90,000.
But
but I don't know how they.
The averages must be like. How big's that stadium was made out of shipping containers?
I don't know. Yeah. They're big. That's why it's cost ridiculous amount of money. Is the stadiums they built are absolutely brilliant, but like we said, who's going to be in them? Yeah.
And aren't all the stadiums in like a 10-mile radius or something like that?
It's the country's
they're in
no
camp,
bigger than
aren't they?
Essex, I think, or something. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. It's a total mess.
It's absolutely mad. So one final question, I think, on the England thing. I think you got any more anything else you want to add?
Just quickly, obviously 2018 we got to the semis. That was our best ever finish since Italia 90. Obviously we won in 66, but since then that was our best time. Southgate in the Euros obviously runners up as well. We have a good bit of form. On paper it looks like we're going up, and for some reason we're always short odds to win a tournament. But I think there's 4 or 5 other countries that are going to be better than us.
What about Surf Joke? You got
nothing more to add really. Like I say, for me, I think we'll go out in the quarters. I think we struggle. Like Jack said, we've literally got 5 days to acclimatise to this heat. There's no altitude training going on.
No.
And I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, okay, it might be an aircon.
Maybe the Joy lads already had it.
It's artificial oxygen, or whatever you want to call it. I just can't see it. It's going to be so humid. I mean, remember when we played for the Loyals remember that heat wave?
Yeah,
I think it was
39 or
39 degrees at 7 o'clock at night, and none of us could breathe.
No.
It's like, that's literally going to be then.
Imagine the slabhead.
Yeah.
He hasn't played for 6 months, and he gets told, right, first game in Iran, you got to chase number 9 around.
Although they're meant to be professional footballers, we had Jamal was blowing after about 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's an anaerobic athlete.
Sweat pouring off his bald head.
I got a final question for you both. Regardless of what happens for England, is Southgate the manager the next time England play after the World Cup?
No,
he's not. I'm not against him. I don't really get it, like the whole Southgate's boring and rubbish and whatever. But 2018 semi-final, best summer of my life. Euros runners up, got to the final. So. He's the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really get the bandwagon of sacking him or getting rid of him and stuff. Like, is what it is. So, actually, I don't mind Southgate.
Thomas Tuchel, yes or no?
Poch. Yeah. I don't know. Tuchel's got a good knockout record, hasn't he? But I don't know. I quite like Southgate, so keep him in.
All right, we'll leave it there, and we'll have a quick break, and we'll come back with our predictions for the tournament.
Hello listeners, it's former England and Premier League player Matt Jarvis here. Hope you're enjoying the episode so far. Remember to support the podcast by sharing with your friends and family and leaving that 5-star review. Now come on you Irons and stay loyal.
We're going to go on to some World Cup predictions, things like winner, dark horse, all those sort of always sort of hot topics that come up. We'll start with the winner. Pannell, what do you reckon?
Brazil. I just can't see any other name on that podium.
Sorry, Tay, what about you? Just in case we've all got the same.
I've gone Brazil.
I've gone Brazil as well. That's fine, and we can all talk about the same thing.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
for me,
like
did
you're saying.
For me, it's the squad depth is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
I've just as one example, Emerson and Allison in goal. I mean, you probably know more than I do. Who starts? Generally?
Alisson.
I think Allison
Alisson
does
starts.
start,
Yeah,
but like
I
you
mean,
said,
it's
who would you?
Pick and choose.
Yeah.
Right?
When you said squad depth and you saw an Emerson, I knew I got off my seat and looked at you.
Yeah,
So I was wondering,
no.
where's he going with this?
No, that's I've like got down and thought the same. It's just I've literally put Brazil joke of a squad. They're just so in depth, and their forwards. They've got players that Martinelli. I'm not sure if he starts. He's apparently been doing well, but he may not even start.
Apparently been doing well.
Well, no, for Brazil.
Oh,
no, for Brazil in their training and all that rubbish. No, don't worry about Arsenal.
Okay.
It's a World Cup one. Calm down.
Shut down my seat.
Calm down. But yeah, their squad is just ridiculous, and yeah, I've gone Brazil. Like I said, they've won it 5 times, most of any nation. So that's a bit of a sneak peek of the teaser. But yeah, no, I think Brazil.
Silly question. I'm assuming they're the bookies' favourites.
Yeah,
They are. Yeah.
Brazil and Argentina. I think 1 and 2.
Brazil are top. I think
Yeah.
4-1, and Argentina was 7 to. I can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were just
So
about
it's
favourites.
like you alluded to there, Pan. The squad depth is obviously a very strong point for them. It's also strange that they've got all the players Brazil have got. 38-year-old Thiago Silva still starts them.
Yeah.
And their midfield's a joke.
Well, for example, they've left out Firmino. Firmino probably plays for every other country or gets in their squad. Do you know what I mean? He might start on the bench for a France maybe, but he probably plays for England. Do you know what I mean? Plays
Gabriel
for Holland.
from Arsenal left out.
Yeah.
The colossal Emerson Royale.
Yeah, I was about to say. Unlucky.
Yeah, really unlucky.
I mean, he's up against Dani Alves, so you can't really complain.
50-year-old Dani Alves.
Yeah. But no, yeah, like I said, Firmino's who is a ridiculous player, has totally left out the squad. So yeah, I'd sort of talk about it with some of the others, but yeah, I think South America in general, this tournament are going to dominate.
Yeah, so like you just mentioned there, I was 70%, 80% Brazil, but the 20% of me says Argentina.
Yeah, the Messi factor.
The Messi
That would
factor.
be a nice ending, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's a personal thing that I've gone through a bit of a change over the last 12 months. Well, I say 18 months. Ever since
2 weeks.
Ronaldo slipped that United jersey back on, something about him, his legacy has changed for me.
Yeah.
He should have been the ultimate mercenary. Mugged
Should
off
be
them
gone,
United
yeah,
fans,
that would
put
be
that
brilliant.
City shirt on, won a Champions League, won a Premier League with City. Seeing at the Etihad would have been unreal. And ever since then, he's just been gone down in my estimations. His form's gone down.
Yeah.
This is just interviews and that. Whereas Messi is just, he went to a new club, went to the right club, went to PSG, which is at the limelight a
still
little
performing.
bit.
Yeah.
Still performing, and this season I think he's had his best goal contributions for Yonks. And isn't it something silly? There's some stat out there I think I've read. If Argentina get to the final and he plays every game, it's going to be his 1,000th game of football.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I've got
it?
some random bits on Messi because he's in another sort of topic, if you like. But yeah, I think Brazil, they might face each other in the semi-finals if it works out that way. So that obviously be a big showdown. But yeah, I think Brazil, and then for me, yeah, like you said, Argentina, Messi will be a nice fairy tale ending.
Did you have a second choice at all, Pan, or you were focused on Brazil?
Yeah, no, I think a bit like you, really. 80% Brazil, maybe 20% Argentina. For some reason, I've really taken a bit of a dislike to Messi. I was always a real Messi man.
Yeah.
And then I sort of warmed to Ronaldo because he had done it in every league. But like I say, now Ronaldo's sort of he's turned into a bit of a grumpy old man, isn't he? And he's got this awful attitude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is about Messi. I've really taken a bit of a dislike to him. I just find him very arrogant. I mean, he's got every right to be fair.
Yeah.
I just, like you said, it's probably the right club going to PSG, but I don't know. I just think it was a bit of a cop out in my opinion. Should have been City.
What makes him good about PSG is that you've got Neymar, who's just a prat. Well, we'll get on to Neymar because I actually really like him.
Mbappe as well.
But he's a prat, and then Mbappe's just a prat as well. Isn't he?
As he's sporting director and left wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bizarre. But yeah, I think Brazil, they last won it in 2002. Obviously, you haven't won it in 20 years, but in terms of World Cups, it's different. But 2018, they got to the quarters, got beat by Belgium. Not
2018 was that? Sorry.
Yeah, in Russia.
Yeah, I remember watching that in Portugal. They're flattered. They're flattered.
Whoa!
Flattered to deceive. Ever since then, really, Brazil. 2006, I think they got knocked out to France. That was the Zidane masterclass in the gold boots.
2014 in Brazil, they got to the semi-finals, finished 4th, didn't they? But
yeah. 2014 was when they got battered against
Holland, wasn't it?
Germany 7-1, wasn't it? In the semis, was it? Yeah.
But
with David Luiz crying.
Yeah, true. Sorry, yeah. But I think this might be the year. I think this, like Jake said at the start, just the squad. I mean, you're not starting Edison or you're not starting Allison. You're not picked Firmino.
Yeah.
The front players, they could have we'll get onto a bit of total mix of strikers and forwards and stuff. So
yeah, like you said, he's going to be. We think it's going to be their year, and I also think it's going to be some players' year as well to shine. But
yes,
we'll move on to that.
Go on, you start us off. Take dark horse.
Dark horse. I have gone for the Netherlands. I haven't looked into it at all, like really for their group. Let's have a quick look on their group.
Senegal's group.
So Group A.
So they could play us.
Group A: Qatar, Ecuador, and Senegal. Should win that.
Yeah,
should
walk
win
through
that,
shouldn't they?
The reason I put it because I think I actually mentioned them. It might be the pod that Harry was on, and I gave him my winner of the week. Since Louis van Gaal has taken over in the 4th of August 2021, they've played 15 times, 11 wins, 4 draws, and no losses. They look a good squad.
Yeah.
They don't have the best. They don't. Sorry, not a good team, should I say? They don't have the best players. But they are littered with a couple of stars with Van Dijk, Frankie de Jong, De Ligt.
Could be that Gakpo as well. I don't profess to know loads about him, but there's a lot of hype around him. Could be a little breakthrough tournament for him as well. Yeah,
and they got Denzel Dumfries, right wing back, who's just an absolute beast down there. But they are sprinkled with such Premier League legends like Vincent Janssen and Weg Wardhorst.
Yeah, and Steven Bergwijn.
Yeah. Who somehow are still getting picked. They're obviously doing a good job wherever they're playing.
Yeah.
And
Janssen, that's a mad one. But
yeah.
No, I'd like it. They got a favourable group, although they are on the harder side that I think they could end up with, like similar to us, but Argentina or France or whatever. So yeah, I don't mind it. Jake, what do you reckon? Dark horse.
I've actually gone for the Netherlands as well.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, I've done a little bit on this. So they're unbeaten in 2022. They've won 7 and drawn 3. Last loss was actually 2-0 away from home on the 27th of June 2021 against Czech Republic.
Bloody hell.
2-0 loss.
Loving his homework.
Yeah.
Stats coming out.
Written a little bit about that Cody Gakpo.
Yeah.
He's actually currently the top scorer in the Eredivisie with 9 goals and 12 assists in 14 games, which is
very good.
I know it's a bit of a farmers league, but that's a joke.
Yeah.
And then Berwyn, or Berwijn, I don't know how you pronounce it. He's actually got 8 goals in, I think, the same amount of games. Obviously, both Dutch boys.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're a very efficient team. They seem to mould really well together. I think they could go far this time.
Big Verge at the back as well. Can't really ignore him.
First ever World Cup he's going to.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
And I picked them as well. I like that. I've got Jake as well. Got a bit of a soft spot for the Netherlands for our few trips there.
Oh, true.
With our friends. Yeah. Raw.
Yeah.
King size.
Panel did just say it was a farmers league, but.
Well, you got picked on that before when you said it.
It is though.
Benno picked me up and it was like, did he say Farmers League? And I was like, yeah, that's what we call the French League. But
yeah, the Dutch League is taking over.
Yeah, but what about yourself, Jack?
I haven't gone with Holland. I've gone with Uruguay myself. Actually, I've read and a lot of people in the media have chose Uruguay, but I just think they've got a really balanced squad. They've got the old guard. They've got Godin at the back, Suarez, Cavani up front. They've got a goalie. I mean, I don't know if he's any good, but Muslera. So he's been around forever.
He's at Galatasaray.
Yeah, people know of his name, sort of thing. And then you've got a lot of youth. You've got Nunes in the middle. They've got a fella called Ugarte or something. Plays for Sporting Lisbon. And that's the main.
Fede Valverde.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get onto. Their midfield I've got here. They're just dogs. They are just absolute workhorses. They've got Bentancur. They play Valverde in the middle. Those two just run around all day. And like I said, they play that Ugarte from Lisbon. Maybe some other bloke called De La Cruz. Even Torreira. He might get a shout. But basically, you've got 3 blokes in the middle who just run their nuts off. And then up front, they've got Nunes, Suarez, Cavani, some other youngster. Again, don't know nothing about. But yeah, I just think that's quite a good mix. And like I said, if I go into because their group, it sort of depends on how Portugal do. But if they win their group, which I think they could, they should avoid Brazil. If they lose, if they finish second, they go through, they play Brazil, they'll probably get knocked out in around the 16. But if they reach round of 16, they have a favourable draw. Quarters, they could face Belgium, Germany or Spain, so that'll be obviously a tough test. But yeah, so the idea for them is to, like England, finish top, get a favourable draw, and go from there. But yeah, I quite like the sound of Uruguay. I don't know.
No, it's a good shout. But I'm just looking at their group. So they're in Group H: Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea.
Yeah.
Pretty tough group that.
Yeah, I say it's pretty even, but yeah, for me, Ghana don't get through. Korea, yes, they've got Heung-min Son and
is he back or is he still at a broken
he's fit,
face?
but
He's
yeah, but then the way he's been playing for Tottenham is shambolic. So yeah, I don't see much from Korea, and then I'll get on to Portugal. But yeah, I think Uruguay will be quietly confident.
I'll leave my Portugal a bit aside then for
Yes,
a later comment.
Please do.
Just running through that group, just thinking Korea, obviously Son, Ghana could be maybe a certificate. I don't really know much about them these days. And yeah, Portugal, we'll talk about that a bit later. But no, that's a good shout. What about Darwin Núñez then? You think he's...
It could be.
I'd like to see him...
a little tournament. He could have a little go here, I reckon.
I might be completely wrong because I don't know much about Uruguay, but from the players you said, the dogs in midfield, the Suarez's, the Godins, the Cavani's, they've all got something in common there, which is a bit chaotic.
Horrible there. Yeah.
There must be I imagine they play really fast football, and it's just
must be frantic. It must be.
And he might fit in.
Oh, exactly.
Might be like
and he might. I don't know. He might play off the wing. He might play through the middle for them. I don't know how they do it, but I do know they play free in midfield. And like I said, you've seen Núñez for Liverpool. He sprints up and down the whole length of the pitch and doesn't stop. So I don't know. I feel like he could nick a few goals in the group stage. It could be a nice little tournament for Núñez.
No, it'd be good. Right, Golden Boot. Do you want to kick us off, Pam?
Yeah, I've struggled with this one. I've got to be honest. There's some seriously good strikers.
Yeah.
Going, needless to say. I just did a little bit on the percentages, sort of goal to game percentages for their nation. Kane is actually top with 68%, 51 in 75. Neymar's second with 61%, 75 in 121. Messi's third in with 54%, 90 goals in 164. And Mbappe's 26 in 54, 48%. So I've tried to sort of look at that, and it doesn't really say a lot. I would like to back Kane because I think, potentially he could get, a hat-trick against someone like Iran. I think if anyone's going to score your goals for England, it's going to be Kane, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, he's done it before,
yeah, and I think, he could actually end up getting, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 goals in the group stages. And what's the average Golden Boot winner? Probably 7 or 8?
Yeah, the average top goals for the whole tournament is 6.5. So
well, there you go. Yeah, so I'm going to back Kane just because I think I adore the bloke, and yeah, I'm just going to back him because his home nation. So.
Yeah. No, I like it. Tate, who have you gone for?
I've gone with a player who's got a theme throughout the this segment, and this is Neymar Jr. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people don't rate him. I can see why, because he is a prat. There's no other word to describe him. Play acting, moaning, walking around, but for some reason, sometimes them sort of players appeal to me. He's a bit of a maverick. He's so good, and he knows he's so good that he only has to play at 50% for PSG.
Yeah.
And the Champions League is sometimes when most of us only ever watch Neymar in the Champions League, and that's when he's got to play. And sometimes he doesn't do it, but sometimes he does. His stats are a joke wherever he's been.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't play that many games for PSG because of injury, I don't think he'd be bothered to play for them, to be honest.
No, he doesn't have to get out second.
But for Brazil, he always performs. Like the 2014 World Cup, for example, they would have won that if he was fit. He was that important for him. And I just think this is going to be his last World Cup. He's 2 goals.
Neymar's last World Cup?
He's 29.
Do you reckon? Nah, he's got one more.
Neymar's 29.
It's only
no, he's 30. Sorry, he's 30.
Neymar's 30.
It's only his 3rd World Cup.
Bloody
hell. Yeah, it'll be his last one, I think.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
30. I just think 34. There's no 34-year-old attackers in their lineup. I know that I'm just talking out loud.
No, I'm not shooting. I'm just interested.
I think that'll be a common theme of top tier legends World Cup. Ronaldo will go, Messi will go.
Yeah, Modric's last one.
Bale's
last one.
Bale's, yeah, these top tier players. I nearly said Cellini then, and I thought
Shuddered.
we'll have a story about Italy shortly at the end of the pod. No, I just think this is going to be his time to shine. He takes penalties. He's going to take their free kicks. He's going to play as that false 9 with 2 wingers either side, probably Vinicius and Rafinha.
Not Martinelli.
Maybe off the bench. No, he won't start. He won't start.
No.
And I wouldn't even put it past him if they got to the final and he did a madness and did a
Yeah,
R9 haircut.
Yeah.
Someone's got to do that.
No, Richarlison.
Yeah,
will do it. He just
Richarlison
won't
would do
play a
that,
minute. He just won't play a second, but he'll just sit on the bench
and
like
cry when they win. But no, I've gone heavy on Neymar this tournament. I think it's a real time for him. For him to shine.
Fair enough. Well, I've gone for his club teammate, but obviously from their rivals Argentina, I've gone for the GOAT, Messi, top goal scorer. I just think they got a favourable group. Saudi Arabia. Please name me a Saudi Arabian player. No, you can't. They've never lost against Mexico, 4 wins and a draw, and Poland, who are the lowest ranked European country this tournament. And I know that.
Are they?
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know why I went so high then.
No, it doesn't necessarily mean a lot, but in terms of FIFA ranking, yeah, Poland are, I think, ranked like 26th, which is the lowest European, and they also play Bednarak, who's a backup defender at Villa who never plays a minute. So I just think, yeah, it should be a good opportunity for Messi to get some goals, and similar to what you're saying about Neymar, but I think it just could be that sort of final moment. Obviously, Messi's last World Cup.
The last dance.
Yeah, his 5th World Cup, and could be his time to shine.
Yeah. I think it's a great shout, that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Argentina will win it, but yeah, I think the group stage and if they get far in the tournament, could nick a couple of goals and could be Messi's. And like I said to Jake, the average top goal scorer scores about 6 or 7 goals, so I think Messi could do that in the group stage.
Yeah, like I said, the majority of these goals come in the group stages, don't they? And like I said, if he can get a couple against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Surely they've got to beat them, 4 or 5-0, so.
Just off the top of my head, the funny you say that, I remember one of my first World Cup memories is the 2002 World Cup career, and Germany were beating Saudi Arabia, I think it was, maybe 8-0, and Klose kept scoring. He scored scored a hat-trick at least, and he kept doing the same celebrations, doing the old flip over. My dad was like, watch this game, boy. Well, I must have been like 6, and Dad, brother, probably 8. He was like, watch this game, boys, because you won't see many 8-0s in the World Cup, so I wouldn't be surprised if you saw.
Yeah, maybe this one, yeah, definitely. I reckon we have a little.
Have you done your goal scorer, Jake?
Jake's gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll have a little stop and then continue with our predictions for the World Cup.
Right, welcome back. And before we get on to play the tournament, I'd just like to say thanks for Jake for coming down for the podcast on his birthday.
Yep, birthday
You're
boy.
welcome.
Spending his birthday down the bunker.
It's a pleasure.
And I've actually got a little present for you. So
Okay.
here we go. I'm just going to move away from the mic. See some rustling in the background.
Yeah, the big reveal.
The big reveal.
Ooh.
Drum roll, please. I have a cake here from the bunker. A birthday cake for you at home.
Big Cole the caterpillar. Lovely job.
Quality.
So
Oh, thank you very much, mate. That's very
29
kind.
years old, you still get a little cake.
Absolutely. Never too old for cake.
happy birthday, Pan.
Thank you very much.
So let's kick off play of the tournament. Do you want to start with the play of the tournament, Pan? Your one?
Yeah. Again, not much help, but I've struggled. There's just so many to choose from. I looked at KDB, but realistically, I don't think Belgium are going to do particularly well this time round. I looked at that Gakpo, dependent upon how well Netherlands do. I've gone with Vinicius Junior, just because he's got 6 goals and 3 assists in 14 games for Madrid. He's had a good start to the campaign. Clearly a very, very good player, and I just think if he gets space down that left-hand side, he's just going to absolutely destroy.
Yeah.
Some of the teams he's up against. So yeah, I've gone with Vinicius Junior. I think it's going to be his year.
Yeah, mine's not Vinicius, but yeah, same nation. I think Tate's probably got a similar player. I've gone with Neymar. Neymar as well.
Neymar Junior, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like you said about KDB and some other players that I think Brazil will go all the way at least, and maybe win the whole thing. So usually they pick a player that's got at least to the semi-final. So yeah, Neymar has scored in World Cups alone. He's played 10 times, scored 6 goals. Like you said, his record earlier for Brazil was a joke: 120 games, 75 goals. And then just for PSG this season, he's got 12 assists, 15 goals in 20 games. So he's definitely firing on all cylinders at the minute. So I think it could be Neymar's time.
Yeah, like you said, Jack, he's a player on form, and 75 goals for Brazil. He's 2 behind Pele, so I can easily quite see him being, in a month's time, World Cup winner, Golden Boot, player of the tournament, Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer.
Yes.
Going back into the season with all that confidence, winning Ligue 1, then going on to win the Ballon d'Or in January, whenever it is.
Could come round full circle, couldn't it?
And then potentially winning the Champions League in May with Messi, last dance. Great story for the football things, isn't it?
Have you wrote a book on that?
I've wrote, but that's the ultimate player. That's him completed.
Yeah.
And then next season he downs tools and
But
these football
George United.
You can join and do spins on the halfway line with Anthony against Sheriff.
Quality. But yeah, Neymar, that's his first World Cup. He was 22 in 2014. He's now 30. I don't know if his personality's matured, but as a footballer, he's definitely matured. I think like all those reasons you've said. His goal record, Brazil should win the World Cup. Yeah, I don't think he could look beyond him. And he's a bit of a, FIFA always go towards Neymar, don't they? I know you said Vinicius Junior and some other players that play for Brazil are very good, but I think if they win it, Neymar's got to have something positive on that. So
yeah.
Young
player of the tournament. Well, before we start on this, Jack just informed us off air of the age limit of 21.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's a rule or just by chance, but every winner has been 21 or below. So, but I originally had Vinicius Junior, but he was like 22 or 23, so I've changed that. But again, if like Tate or Pannell,
we all had Vinicius Junior, didn't we?
Yeah, whoever you've got is absolutely fine. We'll just talk about it.
No, I put Vinny Junior. Likewise, like you said before, he's an outstanding player. Going to play off that right hand side for Brazil, right or left hand side for Brazil. Just suits Neymar in that attack perfectly. Already won the Champions League, winning goal in the Champions League final. He's a player, I think he's 22, 23, like you said, but plays like he's in his prime.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He's not going to be phased with the World Cup. He plays week in, week out for Real Madrid. Looks a class player. Every time I've seen him, he looks superb. And yeah, if I had to think of a player under 21, then I'll back my boy Bukayo.
Oh, no.
The redemption arc. Scores the goal in the fight. Scores a winning penalty in the final. Now he takes penalties now. Yeah. He has practiced them for the last 18 months. Hasn't missed one since.
Yeah. Well, he can't miss one, can he? After that, shocking. Go on, Pannell. Who have you got? Young player.
So possibly a silly question, but is it possible for a young player to win the overall player?
Yeah,
I imagine so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But no, that's sort of irrelevant anyway. But again, there's so many players. I've tried to sort of look at young players that are going to play consistently, because you've got players like Saliba for Arsenal. He's quite frankly been superb.
I know you laugh. I did hear someone earlier
Big Willie
mention Saliba, because similar to what I said. But if France go quite far, I'm not sure if Saliba even plays. But
exactly.
Yeah.
Similar to that Kanata, if Iran's out. Anthony, there's a lad, the Pedri and Gavi for Spain, very good players. That Musiala, I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's 5 goals and 4 assists in his first 9 games for Bayern. So again, very good prospect. But I've backed another England boy, purely because I think he'll play every game, and that's Jude Bellingham.
Funny say, I've picked Bellingham as well, but carry on.
Yeah, no, I think, needless to say, he's absolutely phenomenal. He's got experience in Germany and in England, and I don't know, I just think, like I say, he's going to play every game, and realistically to win this award, you've got to play near on every minute of every game. So Bellingham for me.
Yeah, same reason really, but yeah, Bellingham, and again similar to a lot of the players at the World Cup, but not that you obviously, yes, you've seen Bellingham play. He's played for England, I think 17 appearances, and you watch him in the Champions League, but you don't watch Bellingham week in, week out. And I just think that this tournament for him, more for the England fans, but it's just a massive chance that he's going to show how good he is. And everyone's going to take note and be, oh, bloody hell, what a player Bellingham is. And like I said, I don't watch Dortmund. I watch Bellingham when he plays in Champions League recently against City and stuff. But yeah, I just think maybe this is time to announce himself. And there's a lot of rumours about Liverpool and now Madrid, I think, are in the race. And obviously the best clubs in the world are looking at him. So yeah, I just think Bellingham, if we get to the quarterfinals, I reckon that's might be enough. And like you said, he'll should play every minute. So yeah, Jude Bellingham for me.
No, it's a very good shout. Yeah, and finally on this little segment, flop. This could either have been a player or a country. Just depends on how you've interpreted the question. Do you want to kick us off, Pan?
Yeah. So I was torn between two teams, and that is Germany and Belgium. Looking at Germany's form going into the tournament, played 8 in 2022, won 2, lost 1 and drawn 5. Not particularly great, as Germany. But being Germany, they tend to always, find a bit of perseverance. They're a very experienced team.
Yeah.
They've got a lot of very, very good
they?
players, like, Gundogan, and however you say his name in the middle, and players like that. They're just so experienced. So I've gone with Belgium. I think on paper a very, very good side, but very much a dying breed in terms of,
agreed.
KDB. Okay, yeah, he's still very much in his prime, but you've got Lukaku, who's pretty much finished now, isn't he? I don't even know if Vertonghen plays for him anymore.
I
but
think they're both
Alderweireld both past it. Yeah. Moussa Dembele's probably.
I'm not sure if he's in there. Yeah, it might
but
be.
yeah, you've got is it Witzel's in there? Is he?
Yeah.
Again,
I think so.
they're just all sort of finished, aren't they?
Like even there, you're trying to name the players and
Yeah.
you're sort of hard to think who they are. So it just tells you that I think they've had that same squad for seems like forever now, and they're always that golden era, but never really achieved anything. And this World Cup is the end of that group, if you like. So yeah, I like that choice.
Yeah, Belgium for me.
Tate?
You've both said it word by word.
Oh,
but
really?
I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
Have you got the same?
No, I've got a different country.
My flop is also Belgium, and like mine's what you've just said,
Yeah.
Jack. They remind me of the golden era of England,
Yeah.
where that was all the best players they've had.
Yeah.
Belgium have been a pretty pants team for 30
And
years.
even you're probably sad, but even with that golden era they've got, they got to a semi-final, I think.
Yeah,
They never
once,
actually
yeah.
achieved anything.
And the biggest underachievers, and I put flattered to deceive here.
Yeah.
Under Roberto Martinez's leadership.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't really
Do
inspire
they still
you,
have
does
Thierry Henry as the assistant coach?
it? No, he definitely was, but yeah.
The whole management setup just been.
They had Sean Maloney, I think, as well.
Yeah.
As part of the
Yes,
setup.
they didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lukaku, did Lukaku get in the squad?
Yeah, but again,
Hasn't played since August, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Been
plenty of
him.
reasons.
But like you just said, you were naming Witzel, Vertonghen, Alderweireld. I'm surprised if they still haven't bloody named Vincent Kompany.
Yeah,
Like I said, that whole
Yeah.
squad has been the squad since 2012, 13, when they're all obviously still good players, but they're all now mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Like it's their last.
And they're not at top. Like Vertonghen's no longer at a top
Eden
level,
Hazard,
so,
a perfect
yeah.
example.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
Carrasco?
Yeah,
Portuguese?
yeah.
Because
No,
he
he's,
went to.
Belgium,
he's still at Atletico Madrid, isn't
Yeah.
he? But he's
Yeah.
not. He looked like the next
Yeah.
best thing, and he's not set the world
Mm,
light, has
yeah.
he?
He's
I
always,
don't
yeah,
watch
he's always
much.
been
He went
that
to
level,
China,
but
didn't he, for a bit?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He's never really reached the heights. But yeah, Belgium's good. I've gone. Tate might like this one. I've gone for another country. My flop for the tournament is Portugal. I reckon it's going to be a big Portuguese meltdown. I reckon CR7 is a horrible, horrible human. Bruno Fernandes, the little rat. I just think, what was it? I think it was South Africa, wasn't it? France, when they had a huge.
Stop. So Jack mentioned Portugal earlier in the show, so I thought I'll leave it alone. And I've just literally about 10 minutes ago wrote on my bit of paper and I fold it over. Portugal giving me 2010 France vibes.
Yeah. And that's and don't get me wrong, we're not like famous, like a big time podcast and all that, but it's annoying that we've done this on Thursday because there's been loads of things that have come out and loads of popular people that have picked their dark horses and flops, and some people mentioned Portugal and obviously with what is happening with Ronaldo just coming out of the interview, I almost wanted to have this thing like a few days ago so I'd get ahead of the curve. But yeah, I just think with what's happening, Ronaldo is just going to cause havoc. I think he's no good for Portugal. Bruno, I just think he's going to throw his toys out the pram. And yeah, they've still got ridiculous players, but I've heard today as well, according to people in the know, that Portugal's manager is essentially a Portuguese Southgate, and there's a lot of backlash and hate as such towards Southgate. So yeah, I just can't see him having a good World Cup. I've just got a quick few stats on whatever, but they've reached the semi-finals once, once in '66, finishing third after that tournament, and then 2006 they reached the semi-final again, but they only reached this World Cup through a qualifier because they in their group in the qualifiers they got beat by Serbia late on, conceded 2 late goals, and they beat North Macedonia and Turkey to get to the World Cup, and the last 2 World Cups they got to the round of 16. So for me, Portugal, it could be an early exit or round of 16.
Yeah, it could be a complete bust up with Ronaldo on the squad. And
yeah, I'd like to see
a
that.
France implosion where they refuse to train.
Where they've got cameras in the training camp and they're all doing
and
their own
Nelka sent
thing.
home. The sulk.
That'd be brilliant. That would be brilliant. And it would help with my dark horse of Uruguay if Portugal have a stinker. So
just touching the manager. The manager's still the same manager from 2014,
right.
16 when they won the Euros.
Right.
But no doubt that Ronaldo has a say in that as well.
Yeah, and they've still got ridiculous players, but yeah, I just fancy a little Portuguese meltdown.
Yeah, no, it's a very good shout. I think that brings an end to that little segment.
Yes.
Anything else to add on the World Cup? Anything you'd like to bring up, or should we circle back round to the teaser? You got any more?
No, I've got nothing, Jake. Unless you want to add something.
Yeah, for me, I'm still struggling to get excited. A bit more excited now. You know, we're approaching it in the once sort of Premier League. You know, last game sort of come to an end. You sort of start thinking, oh, actually, this is the only thing I've got now, really. But for me, it's just a health and safety controversy. It's something that FIFA are trying to ignore, but you just can't. I mean, I've just got a few stats on it, like bit morbid, so apologies in advance. But yeah, like deaths in major tournaments. You got 2012 Olympics 1, South Africa 2010 World Cup 2, Beijing 2008 Olympics 6, Sochi 2014 Winter Olympics 60, Qatar World Cup 1,200 are reported, but another source mentions 6,500 deaths in construction since the World Cup was awarded 10 years ago. So most of which has surely got to do with the construction of the world, the stadiums and stuff. It's
horror reports, haven't it? And
you can't ignore it. It's shocking.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I spoke to my dad earlier, but Qatar have only got the World Cup because of money. There's no other.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly the same as Russia 4 years ago.
Yeah, there's no, and look at Russia now. Look what is going on there. So, yeah, there's no other reason than money, and you see it with that Netflix series about FIFA at the minute. It's all coming out at this point, and yes, the only why Qatar. Qatar are about to play in the World Cup. So,
have Qatar got a famous manager?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
No, you said. Oh no, that's Iran.
It's Iran, yeah.
Qatar.
I always thought Qatar would have taken on Wenger, but then Wenger works for FIFA. Now, because I said that would be his next job because it's just money for when Sven got the Ghana job for like 6 days.
I do know that in Qatar they've got like some sporting academy that basically funnels their national team, and Tim Cahill is the head of that. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Money.
Yeah, exactly that. It's just all about that.
Another thing I said, if I'm struggling to get a bit excited for it because obviously I've never been a massive England mark or anything. I'm club football all day of the week, every day of the week. Like, I'm not being funny. If Arsenal, I'd rather Arsenal win the FA Cup than England win the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
So England win this World Cup or Arsenal win the league?
Oh mate, Arsenal win the league without a shadow of a doubt. Mate, I'd rather win the FA Cup than win England. But 100%.
What about the Dubai Cup, Arsenal, or the World Cup?
If Lacazette pulls his hamstring, then yeah. No, if Arsenal won the league, I'll pick the league over. You would England rather win the World Cup than Spurs win the Premier League?
Oh yeah, but we won nothing ever. So for me, it's no change. So if England won the World Cup, no. It'd be very
if you offer
close,
me the league, I'd bite your hand off. If you offer me the FA Cup, I'd say decent. Yeah, I'll take that.
Decent.
I'd take the 15th one on the trot, whatever it is. But it shouldn't. Well, Qatar shouldn't have awarded it because of the bribe, but it shouldn't be in December.
December, yes.
Like,
odd. Very odd.
And no, they can't help it because it's still called the World Cup. It should be all over the world.
Yeah.
The kickoffs once they get going in the group stages are 10, 12, and 7 o'clock. I think. Like, they're just crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is rubbish.
Yeah, he's
Like,
and the thing is, Qatar are going. Yes, they're hosts, but like even San Marino, surely San Marino are better than Qatar. Surely.
yeah. And these like
Who-
fake fans that
yeah,
you've been
the-
seeing.
oh,
Like,
so-
what is
and
all this nonsense?
You've seen some of the hotel or quote unquote hotels that people are staying in. They're just tents in the desert by the water. Just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on.
It's going to be a surreal World Cup.
So forgive my stupidity, but if you host the World Cup, do you automatically
Yeah.
get a place?
Straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Correct,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that would explain why Qatar. have put
Yeah,
it in.
exactly. And like England, I mean UK as a whole have probably bidded for the World Cup and Euros constantly, and we essentially had it with the Euros before, but we're ready made for holding international tournaments every
Mm.
year. It's just ridiculous, and they give it to Qatar, like you said, building stadiums, people dying, building places for people to live. Yeah,
Mm.
ridiculous.
The next World Cup's in USA, Mexico, and Canada. Isn't
Yeah, here we go. Jesse Marsh
That'll
has
be
to
pretty.
be.
I might even because that'll be in the summer. That was going to be banging.
That'd
Now
be
I'd
good.
love to go out
Do you
there.
reckon they'll use the NFL like stadiums
Probably,
and stuff like that?
Because
And
that'll
they
be
do have like purpose-built soccer stadiums, so yeah, I think that'd be brilliant.
that'd be sick. That
Yeah.
I'd go out there for the summer for that.
Yeah, that would
That'd
be
pretty
good.
cool.
Jesse
Um,
Marsh
Yeah.
in charge as well. He has
He
to
could be in
He's
charge,
got to
yeah.
be. Got to be. The double. He might still be at Leeds, but then take the national job as well at the same time. Then I'd wear my USA top. Then.
But as well, like the amount of England fans that are just going to get banged up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you caught weeing in the street, you're probably going to get your hand cut off, aren't you?
yeah.
And I dread to
but
think
that's
what's going to happen if they're going to
we
get
laugh,
caught with
but
drugs.
there's the rules are obviously it's a totally different country out there. I mean, I think as well they're using cruise ships to house people on. So you go to Qatar, pay all that money, and you're on a cruise ship that's docked to by the side for 2 weeks. How long there? A week, 2 weeks. Oh, it's just a mess. I just definitely would not be going out there
Yeah.
unless you're a Luton fan
Yeah.
and work with Tate.
No, I think that's been brings an end to the World Cup preview. After the podcast, I'm actually looking forward to it a bit more now.
Quite enjoy it.
We'll go to the teaser before we wrap up. You got anything else?
I was
You
saying,
want
do you
to-
want to do the World 11?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Sorry, I jumped ahead. The World 11. So a quick little a quick little segment we've got in here.
Yes.
We'll haven't thought about it at all really. We're going to do the World 11 of teams going to World Cup, but the rule is one player per country.
Yep.
So-
I like it.
Shall we do Pan, you, me, and go around?
Yeah, we should
So
start at the goalkeeper and then work
yeah.
our way forward.
yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
So we can you can either stitch each other up,
Yeah.
or
Oh, wait,
so
is it a joint one or what's the?
It's a
what's
joint
the-
one, yeah.
Okay.
But if you can't think of anyone,
Oh,
you
you're
just,
saying so? Panel's going to pick the goalie, and then I've got to pick next
yeah,
player. Okay.
yeah, we'll do it like that.
Okay, fair enough. Oh,
So go to your sheet I gave you
Yeah.
if you've got all the teams on it.
Allison.
yeah.
Huh?
Allison. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Good shout. It's a very good shout.
So
no,
we'll,
yeah,
we'll
give
cross
him-
them off as we go.
I'm going to be sensible here and give Jack a good start, and I'm going to go Kasper Schmeichel for Denmark.
Oh, very good one.
Just purely because they've not really got anyone else that you can offer.
I'm gonna
in
go-
the field.
Van Dijk.
Centre half.
Yep.
Can I go left back?
Do what you like.
Alphonso Davies, Canada.
Shout.
Left back.
Pan.
So we've crossed off.
Heck, that's hard.
We've crossed off Holland.
So Brazil. No, sorry. Who did? Denmark,
Denmark.
Holland, and Canada.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Can't.
This is hard. So I've got another centre half.
Or a right back.
Any-
Or a right back. Yeah.
Anything. Absolutely anything. You could go jump forward to the forwards. You could do it.
okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I
reckon.
thought we were doing
Yeah.
it.
It doesn't
No, you
matter.
could stitch it right up.
Okay, in which case I'm going to go England, Harry Kane.
Decent.
Alright.
I like it. So wait, sorry, we've gone Denmark, Holland. Where's Denmark? Group D. Holland, England,
Yeah. Crossed England off.
Group B, and then who else? Canada.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cancelo, Portugal, right back.
Okay. Cross them off. I'm going to go... do I go him? Thomas Partey.
Oh. Ooh.
I don't know whether the bar is too low for that one or not, for that position.
Oh, okay, hang on. Let me sort the midfield out then quickly. De Bruyne, Belgium.
think I might have gone too low on that one. I was going to go, someone else, but
it's got to be Mbappe, France.
Shout.
I think we're running out of players, aren't we?
No, we're good. No, it's good. It's good. So,
That's what we got.
arguably, we've got a defender left, a midfielder, and another forward. Do we agree on that? We've got Mbappe and Kane.
Yeah, we've had a mare.
No, we haven't.
Have we not?
No, we've done all right. We've got Mbappe and Kane. We've got De Bruyne and Partey. That's shocking. We've got 3 defenders: Cancelo, Van Dijk, Alphonso Davies, and Schmeichel in goal.
And we've got Argentina, Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh, Portugal's gone.
I'm going to go Messi up front with Kane and Mbappe. 3 up front.
So we've got 1 player left, 2 players left.
2 players. A
Brazil-
midfielder and a defender. So, Tate, you've got the next pick.
Neymar.
What are you going to play with? What are you playing Neymar? We're playing
Right mid. 4-4-2.
We're playing 4-2-4.
No, so we got a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We've got a left back.
Yeah.
We've got 1 centre half.
Yeah.
We've got a right back.
Yeah.
And then we've got Kane as a 9.
Yeah.
Partey as the centre,
Everything.
as the deep lying centre mid.
Yeah. De Bruyne.
De Bruyne as the attacking mid.
I've said Messi.
Messi is the 10.
And
Neymar is the right.
Look, Pannell said Mbappe. Go on in. You said Mbappe, and then
Mbappe. Yeah, Mbappe
Alright.
as the strikers. We've got Diamond.
and you have to say you're a defender.
It's their centre
Otherwise,
half.
we're losing 8-0 every game.
Why have I said Thomas Partey?
So we've still got Germany, haven't
You've
we?
got a centre half.
We've still got Germany.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, who's the
The old Chelsea boy.
We've got Spain. We've got Germany.
what's his name? The geezer with long hair. He used to play for Borussia Dortmund.
Hummels.
Hummels,
Is he
there
even
you
in the
go.
World Cup?
I don't know. Is he?
Or Rudiger you got.
Rudiger.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No.
Oh yeah, he hates
Absolutely
Rudiger.
I can't stand that man. No, who's the other fella? Boateng.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's too old now.
Is he? Is he in a wheelchair or?
All right. Well, maybe no, because I was going to go Godin for Uruguay, but he's a bit old now, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't mind it though. Bit of a horrible man at the back.
Let's go Godin Uruguay
Yeah.
because he's disgusting.
I like it. So we got Schmeichel.
So we got Schmeichel, Cancelo,
Van Dijk,
Godin,
Van
Van
Dijk.
Dijk,
Davis.
Davis. So that's okay.
Who went Davis?
Alfonso. Not Ben
Oh,
Davis.
Ben Davis for
Not
Wales.
Gentle Ben. Not Gentle Ben.
I was about to say.
So this is okay. So this is where I'm struggling now to put the team together.
Usually
So
Party's just throwing me off.
I'm putting Partey deep lying mid, and then right Messi. Messi is a 10. Yeah.
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne
Next to
on
Party.
the De Bruyne on like the right hand side, upper right, and Neymar on the left.
Jesse Marsh.
No, I'm playing him as a
upper 90.
I'm playing a diamond.
Okay.
And then we've got Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane.
Okay. So where's Messi 10?
Yeah, as the top of the diamond,
And Neymar's.
the left of the diamond.
And we've got
Oh,
Godin.
I was going to say.
Godin centre half. Bloody hell.
No, I don't think. Now looking back at it, yeah, I'd swap. Although we had Godin for Europe, we had Godin for the centre. I would swap Partey for Fede Valverde, and we'd have to pick another centre half.
Yeah, we could do a few things, but that's our team.
Yeah.
If you can beat it, put it in the comments below.
Yeah, without thinking about it for too long.
yeah. Do what we did. Get your mum and sister or something and go around in a little circle.
Yeah, that'd do alright, that team.
Yeah, it's not bad. But quickly, I know we're sort of wrapping it up, but we haven't mentioned it before. But shout to James Griffiths and Leah.
Yes, they'll be our
With
winner of the week.
Yeah,
This
we always we keep saying it, and we always forget. So, Griff, Leah, this for you. Congratulations. I'm sure it's what is it? 6 months ago, maybe 7 months
What to go?
till the birth of their baby.
I don't know. April or is that JJ's?
I don't know.
JJ's
There's a lot of babies popping about at the minute.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the real daddy.
Yeah, talk to your daddy.
Jake Pannell.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, it's roughly 40 weeks
Right.
from the doctor's sort of suggestion.
Yeah.
So,
But no,
12,
congratulations,
28 weeks
Griff.
time,
And Leah, that's for you.
yeah.
Yeah, this man knows what it feels like to have a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't envy you.
No, pleasure. Thanks for coming, Jake. It's been very
So-
good. Enjoyed it a lot.
No, thank you very much for having me. It's
We-
been an experience.
Before we close, teaser
Oh,
time.
teaser.
Teaser
Bloody hell, yeah,
time.
all over the place.
So, How many nations have won the FIFA World Cup? Do you want to pick one each? Like go bang, 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 and I'll tick them off?
Brazil, 5 times.
Yeah.
England once.
France,
Yep.
don't know, twice?
Yep.
France twice. Not, we have to do numbers,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just...
España.
Yep.
Uruguay?
Yep. First ever team to win it.
Yes, 1930.
Germany.
Yep. Got 2 more.
Argentina?
Yep.
France.
No, I said
Said
France.
Oh, sorry.
Got 1 more team.
Portugal won, have they?
No.
I said Germany.
Said England. We'll do this together, hang on.
Yeah, it's between you two.
Oh, not Holland.
Nope.
No.
Never won it.
Is it Mexico?
Nope.
No. They definitely hosted. That's a terrible shout.
Brazil, Germany, Argentina, France, England, Spain, Uruguay.
And there's one more.
1 more. I can give you a clue if need be.
Oh, idiots. Italy.
Correct.
Idiots, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not in front of me. They're obviously not going to this World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good effort.
No, yeah. Not a bad question. Well done.
Yeah, I
Answered
like
all. Now, so speaking of Italy, as Jake was a guest, we felt a bit bad asking him to bring beers on his birthday, but there is a leaderboard to be had.
Bring it up here.
And as was the World Cup, Jake has thought very cleverly and bought 3 different beers. Well, I think he actually said he bought 4, but then he realised Italy wasn't in the World Cup, so had to go back in the store and buy another one.
Get a refund. Go again.
Correct, yeah. True story.
So we have an English beer, a Portuguese beer, and a German beer. So Jack's actually drinking the Superbock after slagging off Portugal.
Yeah. That's for you, Ronaldo.
See. So no, we got the 660ml bottles, ice cold. So I'm drinking a Krombacher from Germany, which is very nice.
Jake's gone for what you got.
Camden Hills.
Nice
Yeah.
and British.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
North London's finest.
Yep.
No, I mean, if I'll admit, I put them in the freezer for about 2 hours,
Good man.
so they were ice cold.
Good man. Come
No, very
prepared.
well.
We've got to rate these out of 5, Tate. I'm going to suggest a group rating because I think you've had Superbock before.
Yeah.
You've definitely had Camden Hills,
Mm.
and you've had Krombacher tonight.
Yeah.
So go for a group. Yeah, a whole as a 3 out of 5.
The thought going into it has very impressed me a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go a high 4.8.
Ooh. That's it.
The size of the bottle,
Yeah.
the temperature of the bottle,
Yeah.
the thought going into it, and that it's a different beer than I would normally
standard
drink.
One.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna go as high as 4.8. I'm gonna go with I reckon a 4.5. A Superbock is lovely. I can't say I've had a Krombacher before, whatever it's called, but yeah, very, like you said, the size on your birthday as well, forking out for drinks, and the temperature of the drink itself. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 4.5.
Perfect.
Very good.
So I don't know. I
Very
can't remember what the other 2 leaderboards were.
Well, I've got it here.
You have you? Oh, come prepared.
Freddie bought a Sai. That was at 8.2 in total. Harry with Mahoo. That was at 8.6, and Panels. 9.3.
Oh, birthday boy's gone
Yes.
top of the league.
Panel takes the lead with a 9.3.
Get in there.
No, I think the thought going into it to go the World Cup
Yeah.
themed.
Yeah, I think so. Very good.
Well, we haven't got a winner of the week actually, but I actually sent it to Sam Theobald. Actually, I saw something on Twitter. A guy has got, the beer scratch card
Yes,
thing that me and
yeah,
him
yeah.
got. He somehow managed to get all 32 beers from all 32 countries,
Wow.
and is drinking one per game.
Oh no, I've seen the guy on Twitter actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
he's obviously doing that.
And I
Yeah.
was like, how the hell do you find them beers? Some
Yeah.
of them are hard to get.
Must be paying a fortune, but
Yeah.
no, I think we're done with the old World Cup preview. Haven't we covered a lot tonight?
Yeah. And just before we go, as you would have been aware if you've seen it on the socials,
Yes.
we now have our own social media accounts.
Yep.
On Twitter, Facebook, and
Instagram.
all at TalkingLoyal Pod.
Yes.
So if you could all follow us, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
just they're there for everyone to get involved. Whether you can start conversations, suggest things that maybe you want to see from me and Tate. But yeah, we just thought it's a better way than sort of trying to go through us and other people. So directly you can talk to me or Tate on that, and whatever you want to.
We'll be
talk about,
posting
really.
more videos on there, more interactions, things like that, more questions, and
hopefully it's a
good
thing moving forward. But again, thanks for coming, Pannell. Enjoyed it a lot. Hopefully you have as well.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I'll be paying for this for some time because Tatum is absolutely livid. I'm here
I bet
on my birthday evening, but how could I turn it down?
Your birthday, you do what you want.
It's an absolute. It's an
He
absolute
does
honour.
what he wants.
Yeah, I certainly do.
No,
it's an honour, mate, and
no
almost like I say, the secret location of the bunker, and
yes,
it felt like a privilege, I almost feel a little bit famous, only a little bit.
Very good.
Thanks, guys, really appreciate it.
No worries.
Right, thank you for listening, and stay loyal.
Stay loyal.
Stay loyal.